What's up, everybody, and welcome to the outro for episode 99. We are together in person for the first time in who knows how long, recording under your roof.
Right? It feels weird almost. I'm so used to just seeing you on screen.
It's very weird. It's also weirder that we're in your spare bedroom studio. Every time we record together at your house, we're downstairs on the living room couch, super comfy, but we're upstairs in your studio now. So this is, man, you've done some things to this place. What you guys can't see if you're watching on YouTube, you have a 40th anniversary Bank of America Chicago Marathon poster. Then over there, you got the Together Forward for John Hancock. That's Boston. Tell us what else you have here.
Let's see. I actually had to buy myself a New York City Marathon poster because they didn't give one out that year.
That was what year? 2018? 2018.
Yep. I also have a 2018 Chicago Marathon poster and then a 2022 Chicago Marathon poster. Chicago's really good about giving out the posters. And then my piece de resistance behind you is my 2018 Boston Marathon poster.
Every run creates, is your name on there?
Yeah.
Every run creates a legend. So somewhere on there, and you can see, you can just make it out. I don't know if you can see in the picture on YouTube, but you can just make out the skyline outro, all from 18. So we're going to need some updates. Maybe we're going to need to get you a on the runs poster of some type.
Yeah.
We could put it in that corner because when you're full screen right behind you,
my head. Yeah.
Yeah. You got some blank wall there. But you're doing much better than me. I will work on my studio soon. I really need to.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to bother redecorating just yet because I think a new desk may be in our future, and I'm pretty sure we may be rearranging this room. So I'll make it work. I'll make sure that it's got some nice aesthetics behind it.
Rearranging with first in mind, the podcast?
I mean, I don't want to move anything, but it's not just my say.
Okay. Well, I'm going, because we are going to be pretty much, we'll call it 98% YouTube. Now we'll go 99. We're going to be pretty much 99% YouTube all the time. We'll have episodes and outros, and it's becoming Riverside's making it so much easier to edit the videos where I don't need some third-party software.
Pretty cool.
I'm a noob. I'm so a noob. This is the outro for 99. We just had Will run for. Mike is a genius. Remember, he gave me some advice.
And you listened?
Well, I wasn't really listening when he gave it because I was distracted. A couple things I just knew if he told me the advice right then as I'm recording, I'll hear it later. So when I started editing the Will Run For podcast, I heard that advice. And I was like, he goes, you have to line up the back end.
Smart.
Not the front end, because the front end just happens naturally. It lines up that way. He goes, line up the back end because it all ends at the same. It was like, perfect.
Game changer.
So what happens is before we record, I hit record. I go, okay, guys, can you count to 3? And I want Erica to count to 3. Then I'll go 4, 5, 6, like in the normal cadence. And that's how I lined up our tracks. And Mike's like, you don't have to do that. Mike, that was genius. Oh my God. The game changer. I've edited the last couple episodes like that. And it just, I still move some things around. Like maybe you laugh at my joke. Or maybe you don't laugh at my joke.
And you input a laugh.
I input a laugh. I'm like, I said a funny joke.
You're a piece of work. But anyways, if we're going to be a YouTube podcast from now on, pretty much, this is what you guys are going to get. This is post-run. We had just come back from run.
That's right.
I didn't even fix my hair. I'm still wearing my sweaty clothes.
I changed a t-shirt. I changed a t-shirt for you guys. So we just had a podcast meeting. Naturally on a rail trail while running. It was great. We did 35 minutes because that's what coach prescribed. And
I went along with it.
Yeah, so. She was crushing it. We were doing like 8:40s, and I was like, "This is too fast for me." I'm still in recovery mode, but I'm starting some strength training. I have Mount Washington coming up. I'm excited because a few of you have messaged me and told me you're going to Mount Washington, so I'm really excited. Let's get together. I also want to point out, we're back to the your spare bedroom podcast studio. The bed I offer all our guests to come here, you're sitting on it.
There it is. It's real comfy.
You're sitting on the bed.
Who wants it? It's up for grabs.
Well, a lot of people are coming for Boston because Boston Weeks is coming. I'm wicked excited for Boston Weeks.
First come, first serve.
Okay. Yeah. So whoever's here first, if you just hit Erica up. You could fit 2 people on it, to be honest.
I'm not going to put 2 strangers in a bed. If you're coming with your significant other, sure, you guys can have it, but we'll see. That's going to be weird.
I could see no, I couldn't see. No, okay.
Sarah and Lindsay.
Yeah.
Best friends hanging out.
Yep. If anyone wants to come up here, I could see Dave and Maurice.
Maybe a snuggle buddy, huh? Snuggle buddies for
Who
life.
would be the bigger hype man? And nope, not going there. Not going there. Anyways, how was vacation? You just got back from Myrtle Beach yesterday?
I just got back from Myrtle Beach yesterday, and
yesterday was Tuesday.
I was kind of sad to come home because it was freezing cold, windy, a little rainy, and I had some pretty decent weather when I was down there. There was a little rain, but
you told me you weren't coming back.
Oh, I wasn't coming back because my parents' neighborhood is like runner's paradise. I hope I made you happy with it, but I made myself a little reel. And
you did good.
I had 10 reasons why it was the best area to run in.
All right, give me 10. Give me number 1.
Porta potty.
Give me number 2.
Porta potty.
Give me number 3.
Number 3 through 9, porta potties. And number 10, it was very flat.
So there are 9 porta potties and it was really flat.
It was unbelievable. They're in a very new development, and just I swear every 15 feet there was another one. So I had my choices. Lots of good choices.
I did say, what are you going to do when the development's built? Like,
I'm going to go 2 neighborhoods over where there's more developments. Oh, it's crazy the amount of new buildings there.
I'm imagining each house had a porta potty.
Pretty much.
Did you test any out?
I did not run long enough where I needed to, or at least I didn't have any code browns to report.
All right.
I mean, if we're talking code browns, it was really, really humid, and I'm not used to that yet. So that's about the extent of it. But 11 miles around my parents' neighborhood, waving to all their neighbors, saying hello. And
how big was the neighborhood? Like, was it a loop? How big was the loop? Were the neighbors like, who's this crazy girl? Were they calling the cops? Were the Karens out there who
No, my parents pretty much set them up for it. They're like, oh yeah, my daughter's going to be running in the neighborhood, because there's a big loop and an inner loop. So between that, it was a little over a mile. So I was making friends over my 10 laps that I wanted.
Were they coming out and like offering you water and lemonade, or were they giving you looks through the window?
You know what? It was really cute. My mom was going for a walk with her neighbor, Kathy, and she met up with some other neighbors, and I finally made my way around. And every time I passed them, because they were just talking, shooting the shit, every time I passed them, they literally cheered for me. And it was really cute. So I got like 6 laps with a cheer squad. So thank you, Mom. You and your neighbor friends are amazing.
And you recorded one for the end of the month reel, right?
No, I didn't. Because my phone was sweaty, dude. It was hot down there. It was very humid that day.
Did you have your phone in a plastic baggie?
I did, actually.
Guys, I realized she's the queen of plastic baggies. I borrowed her Normatec charger. Update on that later. Mm-hmm. She gave it to me in a plastic baggie. She ran with her brand new key fob today in a plastic baggie. She was actually typing "Happy Birthday, Bex Gentry." She was typing "Happy Birthday" to Bex Gentry
on my phone through a baggie.
Through a plastic baggie because it was drizzling. She's like, I don't want to ruin my phone.
Protect your electronics, my friends. Yep. So whatever it takes. I do reuse the baggies. They're not single use. So.
I don't judge. I do not judge, and I hope you reuse the baggie.
I certainly
brought
will.
Back.
Yep.
So that was like a big one too. So,
yep.
Yeah. You wanted me to like drop it off at the on your porch or something under the grill while you're gone. I was like, no way am I doing that, because I don't want to be responsible, because what happened while you were gone? Finally, my prayers have been answered. We got dumped on with snow.
This worked out for the best of us, by the way. You wanted the snow, and I was gone for it.
It was amazing. I went skiing for 2 days in a row, one at Ragged with Adeline and my mom and some friends and their kids. It was a beautiful bluebird day. We skied all day. We didn't have to get back in time for anyone to go to work. It was just perfect. And then Monday, I woke up at 4 a.m. and I drove to Sugarloaf. It's a 4-hour drive.
That's right. You went skiing with Karen.
You do not do this in a day trip, and I did, because I was like, I want to go. I had a pass for Sugarloaf, but it's not the kind of mountain you just do in a day. You got to go up there and spend the night. Karen was spending the night. She had a condo for 2 nights. So I drove up there. I beat her. I got there, and I didn't get first chair, but I was on the ski lift by like 9 a.m.
That's great.
So what it actually is they got like ski and ski out condos. So I was like a good 2/3 of a mile below the base. I parked at the condo. I got my skis on. I went like 200 yards down to a chairlift, and you just take that chairlift up to the base.
Cool.
And it's really cool, because then when you're done, you ski down this trail. It's like a mile long. It's funny if you look at the Strava map.
It goes right by your condo?
It goes right by. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and you just ski right up, and then you take the boots off, you walk in the condo. So
That's awesome.
Sugarloaf is amazing. A lot of people don't go there because it's far away, or a lot of people don't go there because they don't like the blacks. It has a lot of blacks. But if you want to go for the nice white stuff, you got to go to Sugarloaf.
I feel like you need to reword that. That sounds very bad.
It's
black diamonds.
It's
and
a wonderful
white snow.
ski mountain. We had the greatest bluebird day. I mean, my face still hurts from like the sun.
Oh, reflecting off of the snow, right?
And they got about 60 inches of snow.
60, like 60.
60.
Oh, wow.
You
guys keep it. I don't want it.
To be accurate, I'm rounding up. But I went into the woods to take care of business, and I was up to like my upper thigh. And I was thinking, okay, when I'm done with this, how am I going to get out of here? Because I was buried. And then I took a little turn into the woods.
Yeah.
It wasn't even really the woods, but just to get some fresh pow. That's what they call the white stuff. It's pow. You're on the black diamonds and you're on the white pow. So
Okay.
I clipped something.
Not a scare.
I clipped something and my body spun, and I just kind of fell back into like a nice soft pillow. And Karen was laughing because she took a picture. There's a picture out there somewhere of me on Karen's Instagram, kind of like
just see it actually.
Just like this.
Yep.
And I wasn't stuck. I just stuck there to so she could take the photo.
Yeah.
I had an amazing day. Grabbed dinner with her, and then I drove home. And
you had to go home that day.
I did it in a day trip. Yeah. So typically you wouldn't because it's a 4-hour drive. So I left my house at 5:15 in the morning, and I got home at 12:30 at night. I listened to 4 podcasts on the drives, maybe 5. I basically listened to Spit and Chicklets on the way up.
Sure.
Right. And on the way home, I listened to a couple of my NASCAR ones because it was Monday, the day after. And I also listened to the Will Run For inside the runner's studio.
Very cool.
As I figured it out. I couldn't think of the name the other week. So that was so you got the warm weather. I got the snow. I'm pretty happy. We got 2 more weekends of skiing. I'm going to go skiing. I'm going to enjoy it. And then it's game time. Started strength training this week. I said to coach, it's like a mini off season. Hockey's over. I got to really ramp up the strength training. And we got Mount Washington. So that's only 7.6 miles, but I got to do a lot of hills, some extra strength training. Bex, Matt, get ready. I'm coming for you on the Peloton app.
Yep.
Strength for runners and core. Crush your core with Emma. Emma's pregnant.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. Yeah, but we haven't talked about it.
Oh, Emma's pregnant.
You want to know what else is going on? Not pregnant, but in that kind of realm.
Do I? Yeah, go for it.
Guess who got engaged?
I don't know.
My sister.
Oh, I do know. I thought you meant like actual from Peloton.
But it's the first time we're talking about it on the pod.
That's right.
I got the green light to talk about it.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Hannah and Mike. You guys are awesome. Congratulations. We were waiting for this. We honestly thought it was going to be on your Caribbean vacation.
Right, because we were with them in New York City when we did Peloton, and they were going on vacation in 2 days. I think it was Dominican. And
That's
you're
right.
like, you and Tara Pterodactyl were like,
is it going to happen?
They're going to do it. Are they going to do it? Are they going to get engaged that weekend and whatever? And I was like, I don't know. They came back. They weren't engaged.
No rush, but it eventually did happen.
I don't know.
Awesome.
I don't know the exact details, but he did it in New York City. She knew she was going to a work event. And when she took the elevator up to this work event, the door opened up and it was just him.
Oh my God. That's the sweetest thing.
And there was a photographer. So
Mike, you know how to do it, right?
She thought like she thought the elevator was going to open to like a restaurant or some type of thing. There's a place.
So she was very surprised, though.
She was surprised. I do think they already went shopping for rings. This wasn't like he actually asked on Christmas for permission. He didn't ask me. I was sleeping with the boys upstairs trying to get them to take a nap when he asked. So he asked my parents, and I think Adeline was there for it.
Oh, really? And she didn't rat him out at all?
No, well, what do you mean rat him out?
I don't know. Adeline doesn't seem like she can really keep a secret.
Well, no, she was just there when he asked my parents about marrying him.
Did she not? Oh, she might not have realized.
So, well, no, she did. So when I woke up from the nap, my mom made sure that Adeline was the one to tell me.
Oh, okay then.
Because they weren't waiting for me to get up from the nap with the boys. They were leaving to go to Mike's family's house for Christmas. So, well,
I'm glad that Hannah didn't get tipped off and that it was a big surprise for her.
Yeah.
So congratulations, you two. You guys are adorable together.
I haven't seen her since, but she is running the Brooklyn half.
That's
and we're going to talk about it on the pod because, Hannah, if we talk about it, you have to do it. There's no backing out.
There's no getting out of that. Absolutely not. She's been doing the training. I see her on Strava. I see all your hard work.
Everyone sees her on Strava. Tara Pterodactyl's like, I think she's addicted. She's been running 7 miles.
She's being very consistent, which is how you do it. That's the way. So keep it up, Hannah.
Way to go, Hannah. I'm super happy for you. And Mike, they're doing a destination wedding, though.
Where are they going?
It's Cancun.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. That's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be our vacation. We're going to make it into a vacation. We're going to figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to figure out it. I got a year. Their wedding's going to be March 1st. So if anyone wants to come to Cancun, I think the kind of thing is with destination weddings are, hey, we don't expect you to go, but if you want to go, you can go. I don't know if this is Hannah's take, but I think from a lot of friends who've done it in the past, it's like, this is where we're doing it. If you can make it, great. If you can't, oh well.
Yeah. Usually
we'll do something later.
Yeah. Usually people will do the destination wedding and then throw like a reception, like another reception
right.
back at home.
So I'm going to not kidding, but kind of kidding, invite every listener of the podcast to my sister's wedding in Cancun. We'll just make it a big party. And
they're not going to want to pay for like 700 people to go to her wedding.
No, that's the thing is like, you don't, if you want to go, you pay your own way. I think that's how it should be. Like, I mean, Hannah wants to pay for all of us to go. Hannah can pay for all of us to go, but I don't think Hannah makes that kind of money. She works in movies. She's not in the movie. She just helps make the movies.
Well, all I can say is a huge, huge congratulations to you two. That's going to be an awesome time. You guys deserve it. Enjoy.
So Erica.
That's my name.
What month is it?
Oh, for fuck's sake. March. It's March.
And what happens in March?
Madness.
March Madness. We are in the Elite 8. As we're recording right now, people are voting for pasta or chicken. Pasta's blowing it out of the water. Bagel and waffles. I think at the moment, bagel has the lead. While if you're listening to this early on Thursday, there's still time to go vote. You got until about 4 o'clock on Thursday to go vote. The poll's up for 24 hours. This has been so much fun. We're in the Elite 8. Look every evening this week to vote. So as you're listening now, tonight is going to be gels and water. Erica really wants you to pick water. And then burgers and burritos. And then we'll be in the final 4 for Friday and Saturday. Saturday night time, sometime Saturday night, we are going to have the final. And we'll crown a champion on the last day of March, Sunday night, right before episode 100. How much fun has this been?
Oh my God. I am having a blast with this, but I am so thrown off by some of the winners. Like, I can't believe some things beat other things. And it's just, I know it was really tricky. These were some tricky.
You were really thrown off on the race fuel.
I mean, none of my things made it. So, I mean, I could see why gels would pull ahead, but I don't know. There's a lot that have thrown me for a loop. Like beer did not make the cut.
Yeah, beer. Oh, so here's a funny story is as we're planning this with Tara and Lindsay, Tara's like, well, not that it matters, but the final is going to be pasta versus beer. Pasta almost didn't even make it to the Elite 8. Beer got cut out before the Elite 8. I was like, wow. I mean, this is a learning thing. Like, I shouldn't have put pizza where it would have met tacos. Like, I shouldn't have put pizza where it would have met pasta in the second round. But that's just a learning experience. That was actually an oversight because I did purposely, like on some of these, bagel and toast, I put toast where number 2 should be. Right. So it was an oversight. You know, this has been a lot of fun. It's been a learning experience.
Real, yeah.
I'm like really figuring out Canva. I love it. Canva's great. I might even buy like the premium.
If you do that, I can show you how to make those fun reels like Rory the Rullet does. Yeah, because I knew I looked up a thing because I'm like, I have so many ideas for like these kind of fun reels.
Time out. You know how to make reels?
I know how to make reels that don't involve me. It's literally like those movie clips and stuff. Like I know how to do
like
those.
To put in a movie clip. Like we could do like Wayne's World.
Pretty much, yeah.
Do it with me.
Do something like that because I watched a YouTube tutorial.
That's on Canva?
Yeah.
You know,
it is the paid version though.
I kind of like figured out while playing with Canva over the last month or so, that's where a lot of people are getting these neat overlays of like putting a picture of us over something else, or,
That's,
I
yep.
figured it out.
Yep.
Oh, this has been fun. It's been a lot of fun learning,
Good.
a lot more exciting things to come. So I mistakenly should have put pizza in a different slot on the pre-race dinner, where it would have then battled against pasta in the sweet or in the elite 8. But
hey, did anybody catch your mistake the other day?
what was my mistake?
You put
you caught
you
it.
made pizza go on. I was like, should I tell him?
In the image, what was it? The image I wrote, I put pizza, but in the caption I wrote pasta, or the opposite?
So you had it spelled out right in the caption, because
Okay,
pasta did win, and I think chicken won.
It didn't win. It barely beat pizza, guys.
Yeah, but you had put pizza in the actual bracket. So I was like, just wanted to let you know. I like stared at it to make sure I wasn't giving you wrong information, but I kind of half wanted to leave it there because pizza was my choice. But
so the other one,
people have spoken.
They have. So the other one tomorrow, like I said, we got gels and water. Then we got burger and burrito. I mean, burger pulling off the upset. It wasn't even. Well, it was close. There was a moment where it wasn't close, and I'm looking at it. And I'm like, wow, burger is kicking ass.
Oh, and then all the beer fans came in.
Yeah, because they were probably like waking up from drinking last night. And beer caught up, but it didn't beat it. And then we got burrito beating the Hawaiian roll. I think Pterodactyl's pretty upset that both beer and Hawaiian roll are out.
Yeah. But that's okay.
This has been fun. Like I'm
really anxious to see what the final 4 are going to be. So what am I going to eat?
Well, it's looking right now. It's looking right now. Pasta and bagel.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be gels in water or a burger and burrito. Imagine making you eat a gel and a burger at the same time. We could put the gel in the burger.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, we could put the gel in the burger.
Ew, that's wicked gross. I just use a ketchup packet instead.
Hey, we could put it in the burrito too. If it's
Heinz,
burrito, we could put the gel in the burrito.
Ew, that's gross.
Yes, guys.
No, if we're talking about packets, if it's something in a packet, I'll freaking get the hot sauce from Taco Bell, and then I'll get the ketchup packets from Heinz. Trying to make that a thing.
Well, it was a lot of fun. This is the last time we're talking to you guys before we crown a champion. Thank you so much for going on and voting. Like, the engagement has been huge. This has been a lot of fun. We've put up polls before, like what should Erica wear or something, and those times it gets like maybe 20, but we're getting up to 60 votes here on some of these, or at the minimum,
which is awesome.
So
we appreciate it.
It's been great. The engagement has been awesome, and it's been attracting. Like I'm getting data from Instagram saying we've attracted about 40% more in the last couple of weeks.
Hell
and I'm
yeah.
like, yeah. So we're almost at 1,000 followers. We're at 100.
Spread the word, friends. We need you.
Yeah, we're at 100 downloads last week. Listen, I see some people there on Instagram with like 3,000, 4,000, 15,000, 150,000 followers. I don't know how they do it. But I'm still super proud of our growth, of what we've done, what we've put out there. I don't know, like, do they look at us and be like, oh, they only have 984 followers. They're nobody.
I would hope people just like us.
I'll tell you what, our guests don't do that, though, because I was kind of worried starting like, oh, we need to build a big following for our guests to actually come on. But we've asked people like Laura Green, Aaron Azar, Dave McGilvery, Ryan Van Duzer, Bleep Bleep, who's coming on next week. Like, none of them.
You're going to want to stay tuned for Bleep Bleep.
Bleep Bleep is
amazing.
Yes. We've had some amazing people and they don't say no because of our small numbers. They're just like, sure. And I just like Brittany Charbonneau. I told her, like, we have a lot of fun, and I promise you'll have a lot of fun with us. And it was like 5 minutes into the podcast. She's like, oh, this is right. You were right. This is right. This is. And Aaron Azar says on her own podcast, that was the most fun I've ever had on a podcast.
That is a huge compliment.
Right.
I can't even tell you how much that means to hear.
We're doing the right things. We're putting out a good product. We're having fun. Yeah. The numbers will come. Like, I'm super proud of what we've done in 1,000. We're going to hit 1,000.
If you build it, they will come.
That's right. That's right. Guys, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Spread the word. Go out there. Don't forget, follow us on Instagram. Get us over $1,000, and then let's hit $2,000. And if you really
Baby
love
steps,
us,
though. Unless people really do like us, then keep them coming.
If you really do like us, you can join our Patreon page too. And the benefits Patreons get, they're going to get this YouTube video out before. Actually, they won't because this drops tomorrow. But they've gotten a couple YouTube videos early. We've wrote a couple posts. Maybe we did some jibber jabber.
We got to do more of those. Yeah.
They also got the opportunity. None of them took it, but if they still message me, I will make it happen. But they got the opportunity. We bought hoodies for each other. And instead of like the t-shirts we offered to everybody, we just made a post on Patreon and said, hey, we're buying hoodies. So actually, we got hoodies. We ordered 6. We've ordered 6 hoodies. So 4 listeners and the 2 of us.
Awesome.
I brought it for you. So here's the deal.
I can't wait to check it out.
So here's the deal. We bought these hoodies from Unreal, UNRL. We went and found the hoodies ourselves that we want. So these are just a plain hoodie. You can take it out of the bag.
Right.
And the guy who made these t-shirts is going to put the logo on the hoodie for us. We're going to put it like here where the microphone is on the t-shirt, a smaller version of the logo. Look at that.
Yeah, guys.
How's that feel?
This is really soft.
It also feels expensive because it's not cheap.
Nope, it's not cheap, but this is beautiful. That's a great color.
It's coastal blue.
Coastal blue. So yeah, it's like a mix close to our Carolina kind of color, but that feels real nice. It feels like it's water resistant. Like
you can see the comparison from my shirt to this is a little more like the color of the athletic on the run shirt we have.
Yeah. But dude, that's nice.
So that's the hoodie. So you can't keep it right now. I'm taking it back. I'm going to bring it to our guy.
Nice.
He's going to put the logo. We're getting about a dozen to 15 more of these shirts because a lot of people who wanted mediums were like, I need smalls, and I ran out of smalls. So I need to send a few more smalls out to people who wanted smalls.
There you go. But yeah, I'll put it aside. I can't fold that right now.
That's the hoodie.
But yeah, very, very nice. I'm excited about it. I am like queen of hoodies. I got some sort of hoodie on right now. So you just know that I live in hoodies if you watch all these YouTube videos.
You know what I might do? The black pullover I wore today and that I wore at the 20 miler. I might have him put a little white logo on it too, because there's no logo on it. It's just it says EMS.
Yeah, why not?
I might say
you can embroider anything.
I had that thing since I ran my first marathon.
Nice.
Or even before that. That was 2018.
It's a while ago. Okay,
yeah. So a couple updates in my life.
Yeah.
All right. Normatec.
Oh, what's going on? Yeah.
I have 2 options. So it won't charge. Right?
Which I'm bummed about for you. You lived in those things. You use them more than I do.
I use
honestly.
them a ton, and I'm missing it right now. So option number 1, I can pay $100 to send it in and have it serviced.
Yep.
Option number 2, I can get 10% off a brand new Normatec, whatever. I would take the brand new set if it was like a 40% off deal.
Yeah, because I mean, you've had those since 2020.
Everything else still works. Like the legs still work. I have the hose. I just need the thing to charge. Like
so wait a minute. Is it that much money to buy just a new charging thing? Because they upgraded that from when we bought it. You should look into that. Maybe it could be worth it.
I'm glad I haven't made my choice yet. But yeah, $100 to get it fixed, or 10% off a new. I wonder if it counts to that. It's definitely that thing. I think is like $400. A brand new set's like $800.
Well,
so
yeah, but
I would get like $80 off. So I would be spending $720. Yeah. I'm probably going to pay the $100 to just get my unit fixed.
But so if you get the upgraded, get the upgraded one. You should look into it because you never know if it has different like patterns it can do, if it can do more compression or something like that. So check out just the box itself and see if that would be worth it to get a new one.
Second update, the fire in my house.
Ooh.
We're not going to talk about it.
Okay.
We can't talk about it.
Okay.
Nope.
So
I mean, I haven't.
Why bring it up?
I haven't signed anything, but people are probably like a few people, like one person in particular has asked me, and I said I told them, but I can't talk about it publicly now.
Keep it.
I was about to burn them. And
like they burned your house down.
And I will say, like, no, I can't say anything.
All right.
Basically, I came to a settlement.
Well, that is good news.
To a settlement.
Okay.
So, and we agreed on something.
Great.
So can't talk about it. But
okay.
I have a door in my bathroom now.
Wonderful.
And I'm able to make some repairs. So
I'm glad to hear it.
That's
some resolution.
Yeah, some resolution. The other thing I might have mentioned to you a while ago. No, I don't know if I did on the pod. What is like the first 3 things you grab when you leave your house every day?
Phone, wallet, keys.
Well, it's actually phone, keys, wallet. Get it right. Phone, keys, wallet.
Adam Sandler begs to differ.
Does he just want to be difficult?
Phone, wallet, keys.
Phone, keys,
Phone,
wallet.
keys.
So
just these 3 things, please. Got my phone, wallet, keys.
You might learn this soon because you have the key fob, so you have like push to start.
Yes, I do.
So at some point you just get lazy and you throw your keys in a bag and you're like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not to name any names, but a woman who lives in my house who can drive loses things a lot.
You don't say.
She's lost keys before when we found them, and she lost keys again. Like,
I'm sorry, that was the best description ever. Okay, go ahead. She's lost keys.
She lost keys again like 8 months ago. And so now we're down to one set of key fobs, and it's like, can't lose it.
Yeah.
And
that's expensive to replace, too.
God.
Yeah.
So I'm skiing with Karen, and I get a phone call on the lift, and it's an unrecognizable number. And I'm like, I think it's a school, Adeline School. And I'm like, I'm 6 hours away, you know,
from school. Yeah.
I'm like, they just got to call Ashley.
Yeah.
But I can read the voicemail, like it transcribes it.
Sure.
And it says, hey, Eric, we have your keys. My first thought was this: woman in my house who can drive drove away in the van without the keys, because you also know if you leave the car running and you like throw the keys out, the car still runs.
Yeah.
And it will run until you turn it off. Now it will tell you like, hey,
it'll beep like beep 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 when the key leaves the car.
But that beep eventually mutes, and I'm thinking to myself, what the heck? So I text woman in my house who loses everything.
Can't get over that.
I said, hey, the school called and they have the keys to the van.
But how's she gonna get it?
Right. I'm like, oh my God.
What?
She texts me back. Well, I have the keys with me right now. I'm like, did Adeline have my truck keys, or are these in the? It said Adeline found the keys in her bag and brought them to the front office. So I call the school and I say, can you describe these keys? Is it a key or a key fob? They go, it's a key fob with one other key on it and one ring. I'm like, no.
Was that you were missing?
It was the lost keys for the last 8 months.
Holy shit.
And so I come home, and the next morning when everyone wakes up and I see them, I go, where were the keys? They were in her lunchbox.
So wait a minute. For 8 months?
For since the beginning of the school year.
Please tell me the rest of it was empty. Like there wasn't like a rotten banana in there or something.
It
forgot about it.
So this is a lunchbox. It's Arctic, RTIC.
Yeah.
Just
so
like Yeti.
Insulated cooler kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay. And so she used it for maybe the first week or two of school before she was really into Lilo and Stitch. She got a new lunchbox, right?
Sure.
So this pink Arctic lunchbox has been in the kitchen underneath one of the cabinets with other little lunchboxes for 8 months. And for some reason, I'm guessing the Lilo and Stitch one was dirty, and just woman in my house who loses everything grabbed the pink one and gave it to her, and it was in a little pocket of the pink one.
I see.
A little zipper. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it.
This happened to me the other day.
It's dead though, by the way. The key's dead.
Well, you can replace the battery.
You can replace it, and it still works.
Yeah.
But you'll learn this: when your key battery dies, it still works, but you have to put the key fob on the push to start button and push to start with the key fob touching the button.
Mine used to do that. But yeah, the other day, coming back from my California trip, I had my Fitbit charger, and I was like, where the hell did this thing go? I just found it the other day. I wound up buying a new one off of Amazon because my Fitbit was going to die. I found it in the pocket of the sweatshirt that I wore during the Will Run For podcast. It's a Disney one. And it's one that I don't wear very often. And I go to move it and it falls out of the pocket. I'm like, you're kidding me. It's been here the whole time. It was probably a solid month.
Yeah.
It just came out of nowhere.
So I actually have 2 watch chargers too, because of the similar reason. So one stays in my truck all the time.
Oh, smart.
And then the other one is upstairs. But if I'm ever I forget to charge it, I just can throw it on quickly while driving.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
I'm smart. No, I'm wicked smart. Wicked smart, guys. Wicked smart.
Smart.
Yeah. I know another guy who has a wicked good New England accent. He might live down in the Philadelphia area, but he's doing the Mount Washington road race. I'm super excited for you, guy. Can't wait to have you up here and meet you. It's going to be wicked awesome, a wicked good time. Bring your car.
I don't know what kind of accent that is. That was like a half Philly, half Boston accent.
I'm just trying.
Nice try.
Hey, so our group chat was lighting up the past couple days when you were in Myrtle Beach. Barclays Marathon.
Oh my God. I was glued to that while I was away. Oh, I'm so happy you guys got into it. But can we just give a huge round of applause to Jasmine Paris, who is the fucking badassiest badass ever. She was the first woman to complete the Barkley marathons, and she had 99 seconds.
99. Great one.
99 seconds to spare. She gave everything she had. Did you see those finish line pictures? Like, she literally hits the yellow gate, and she had like a string of drool coming out, and I was like, if that doesn't show you how much effort that took, I don't know what can. Like, that is just pure exhaustion, like tenfold. 60 hours she had to do that.
Mhm.
So she just barely made it, but I am so blown away by this woman. Like, it's absolutely amazing.
Shame on me for not remembering his name, but the guy who's completed it like 5 times.
Oh my God, I just looked at it.
Starts with a J.
It's not John Kelly, is it? Is that his name?
Oh, it might be.
Sound right?
No,
I was totally like texting you guys, and
there was the guy who at the yellow gate gave her the choice of what direction she wanted to go.
Is that not the best example of sportsmanship?
Yep.
I just
so
this whole race was amazing.
For those who don't know, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not as into it as you and Tara and Lindsay were.
Yeah.
Or the rest of you probably listening. But the Barclays is you go one direction and then you go the opposite.
Yep.
And in your third lap you go.
It is John Kelly.
John Kelly.
Damn.
So,
but Jared Campbell, I feel like
it was Jared. It was Jared.
He was the one who gave her the option.
So you go one direction and then your next lap you go the other. But when you get to the 5th lap, if it's you and me, if you go first, you decide which way you want to go.
They send you an opposite direction.
I have to go the opposite.
Yeah.
Well, he gave her the option.
I just think that is so incredible that he gave her the chance to finish, because I can't tell you which way is harder. Can you? Like, do you know which way is more difficult?
I think the most difficult way is the second direction.
Okay.
Unless it changes every year, because the way that the ginger runner went.
Oh, the beardy one.
Yeah, the bearded ginger runner.
He didn't finish yet, so he's not on the list.
Gary? His name Gary? Gary Robbins. Gary something. Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I want to say on the documentary, the second direction was the hardest for him, but maybe it changes. Maybe Laz changes it every couple of years. You start going clockwise or counter.
I mean, Laz can do whatever the fuck he wants, so he probably does make it more difficult for you, but oh my God.
So somebody I've known for years, because Amelia Boone has always shared his tweets, is Keith on Twitter.
Yes, I subscribed. I actually enabled, I guess it's X now instead of Twitter, but I enabled notifications, and every time Keith tweeted, Keith Dunn, every time he tweeted,
he's like the Barclays tweeter there.
Oh yeah, he is the official source of information.
Yes,
yeah, absolutely. Oh, that was so fucking cool.
Yeah,
cool. I was glued to it. I'm sitting on the couch with my parents. I'm like, I was telling my mom about it. I'm like, Mom, you're not going to believe this. This is such a cool race going on. And I'm like, there's still a woman in it. Like, lap 4. Like, it's just so difficult for, I don't know. It's a difficult race to begin with, but just there have been no other female finishers. And she was the 20th. There's only been 20 finishers in its history.
Sorry, wait.
There's only been 20 finishers since 1986.
I thought you said the 20th woman. I was like, she's the first.
No. She's the first woman, but she's the 20th overall finisher.
Yeah.
It's so rare. But
but there was 5 this year.
Yes. Which
they
had really good weather compared to like some years. So it's just, it's a crapshoot with that race. And Laz knows it.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So amazing.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Amazing.
Thank you for bringing
I had it in the doc.
Thank you.
I had it in the doc.
Thank you.
Here's the doc that I committed to updating all the time. You created the doc, and we're like, we're going to put weekly Tro notes in there. Mm-hmm. I committed.
Hey, I add to it sometimes, but
where's your notes?
Well, I have notes that come for
you have notes
up,
for episode 103.
Yeah.
So
we gotta save those for later. But me being away, I was a little preoccupied. I'm glad you updated it.
We should talk about episode that's coming up. A big episode. Yes. A couple things. One is, we got to stop every time we announce, welcome to episode 99. We got to stop saying, can you believe it? 99, 99F. Can you believe it? 27 episodes. Like, it's just like, I listened to it the other day. I'm like, ooh, we might have to stop this.
No, I know, but it is such a cool thing for us that we've actually taken off and had this many episodes. But once we hit 100, it's going to be like, oh, now we're at 101, like whatever. So as cool as it will be, yeah, maybe we'll stop talking about
Let's talk about it right now. This is the
fine
perfect
then,
time
sure.
to talk about it. Okay, guys. So next week is episode 100. We've actually dropped more than 100 episodes, but the way I count it is this is the outro, or the OTR Lives are not a real episode. It's a bonus episode. It's a different series. But an episode number is going to be our typical long form episode where we have a guest or we talk about a big race highlight like your 100 miler. So that's how I count it. New episodes every Tuesday. However, the next 2 weeks with the Boston weeks, it's going to be 100, 101, 102. We're going to do
the same week.
Well, we're doing two episodes a week, starting this week technically, but 2 episodes a week. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. Boston Weeks is one of our favorite weeks, or weeks.
It's turning into
a series.
Yeah,
I guess.
It's turning into this amazing series. So we got like Boston Weeks every April to look forward to. Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October to look forward to. Like we're doing 2 big cool things a year. Hopefully March Madness becomes the thing every March. I mean,
how much work do you want to put in?
I want to put in.
You don't see me doing it. So.
I'm willing to do the work, but I think we need to just like recognize a little bit. 100 episodes, like. Holy shit. Let's not ruin episode 100 talking about it. Let's just talk about it right now in the outro of 99.
Sure.
Like guys, thank you. Oh my God, thank you. Like, this is the coolest passion project. Like, I am so in and committed to this. I found the best and coolest co-host, my rock star. She goes along with everything. I message her. I'm texting her daily more than anybody else, and just we're talking podcasts all the time, or we're talking running and podcasts, and I'm running things by her. What do you think of this? Like, everything you see on Instagram, yes, I typically do it. I make the post, I make the reel. March Madness, I didn't post anything without like her approval and her saying, I like this or I like that. The t-shirts, like we collabed on all of that, and everything I did is I run it by her. This has been so much fun. You've committed to weekly. Like when I first said every week last year.
Well, this is one of the reasons why I think we were talking about this. My increased schedule has kind of prevented me from having time to prepare for the 10 miler this year. There is no 10 miler this year.
You want to go?
I figure
we can talk about that.
We might as well just drop it.
That was next, but we can throw it in the middle. Yeah.
I this year has just been really crazy, and with the amount of training and this being one of my passion projects too, I've decided not to put on the TI 10 miler. So you guys are going to have to find a different spring race, but you'll live.
Well, yeah, we've gotten a few messages about that. A few people have messaged us, you and me. Hey, is the 10 miler happening? And it's just, you know what?
Life is crazy right now.
I think
so much stress.
So. The 10 miler was you. That was your thing, or it was you had the opportunity for it to be your thing. And I just think you're like, you know what? It was a really cool experience to understand.
Oh my God, the work that goes into one of those it is basically like a part-time job on top of,
and it's a
full-time job that I already have.
You did it in 90 months or 90 days, and you're really supposed to do it like 6 months ahead.
Yeah.
It's just you asked me if I could help, and I said I want to help.
But you have enough crap on your plate between
felt like
work, podcast, family, all that stuff.
I felt like it would take away from this. And this is what I really want to do, and I want to be a part of it. And if you wanted to commit, I would help. But I was like, you can't count on me to make meetings or to meet with the town hall or the police department. Like, you can't count on it. Like, this is your ship.
Yep.
And you're like, I got 100 milers, and I'm traveling with my parents, and I got all these things. And
it did make it really tough this year. I had a lot of stuff going on my plate between like traveling and races and my own training. So it just wasn't in the cards this year. My stress levels were getting out of control. So I figured for my own mental health, I was going to pick something to cut back on. And that was it for this year. So,
I mean, I'm happy. I'm proud of you for choosing that.
I had to.
I think you did it like early January too. Like you told me in early January.
Yeah. It just wasn't going to happen. Yeah. So,
but I think the opportunity is there for someone else to take it over if they want to.
Yep.
Even if it's
I'm
not.
happy to consult as long as.
Don't you have like 500 cones too?
Oh my God. I have 200 cones. If anybody needs any cones, hit me up because I don't really have space for these cones. So yeah, if anybody's looking
Anyone's looking to get into the race directing business, we have cones.
Hit me
How much
up.
a cone? $2 a cone, $3 a cone? What do cones go for these days?
Much cheaper than buying them in the store. They're like $12 a piece. So I will give you a good deal.
All right, cool. Cones are out there, and I'll say it right now as we're talking about selling things. My triathlon bike is for sale.
Oh, really?
I miss having a road bike.
Oh.
But it's very expensive, and I'm not going to give you a deal.
What are you
because
gonna do?
I have no pressure to sell this. I don't need the money.
Yeah.
I don't, I'm not looking to get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to buy a new road bike. So if someone wants to buy a really good triathlon bike at a fair price,
okay,
it's out there.
So what are you going to do if you decide to do tries again? Are you like taking a break from tries? What are you doing?
I could still do a try on a road bike, but not an Ironman. So when I do an Ironman another day, I would buy another triathlon bike.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
I'm not doing an Ironman the next couple of years in my mind. I could do a 70.3 on a really good road bike. So my road bike got stolen, as you remember.
That's right. Yeah,
so
with your truck.
If I sold my triathlon bike, I would buy a new road bike. I might still buy a new road bike. But I miss having a road bike. I miss going on group rides because you don't go on a group ride in a tri bike. You just don't do it.
No,
it's unsafe.
Okay.
It's you just don't do it.
That's fair.
I want to go on more road bike rides. So it is for sale. If anyone out there, it's DM me. I think it's a 56-inch frame. So, but back to
that means nothing to me.
Back to 100 episodes.
Oh yeah, we took a little detour. Sorry.
Yeah. This has been so cool. From sitting on the floor with one microphone around a table at Katie's house to you and I just saying, let's do it. Let's buy some mics on Black Friday. Let's figure it out. We screwed up episode 5. And then we had to redo episode 5. We lost episode 4. We finally found it. You guys just heard it the other month.
It was all a learning curve for us.
Asking friends like Denise and Sarah and Dave to be our first few guests.
Yep. So we can get the hang of it, learn how to do the questions and all that good stuff. Make it more comfortable for people to talk to us. I mean, even me coming out with like the public speaking thing, I was never into any sort of public speaking. And now I feel like it's more natural. It flows a little bit better. It's just a lot easier. Just the more we do it, the practice, it pays off.
And we would have these chats about what we want to be and our identity. So then we got Addie Zerenner. And then we were like, do we do a race recap? Got it. Our guest for episode 13, Josh Vernon.
Yeah.
Like that. We did that right here where we're sitting. And we just started figuring out, we had Scott Black, we had Rachel, and then we started getting guys like Pizza Gut, episode 19.
Yep.
Josh came back on 20. Mike Beeman, who is about to run his 47th straight marathon. He was episodes
Boston
21
marathon.
and 22.
Yep.
Remember on 21, you cracked a beer?
Barely.
You cracked a beer. Anchored Down was episode 23. So we're 23 episodes around the time you met Will Run For.
Yeah, that's right.
Michaela Shremshock, who we have to bring back because she's doing Western
States. Oh, that's coming up.
Right.
She's got like 3 months, a little less than 3 months ish.
Yeah, I think it's around your birthday.
I think it's the same weekend I'm running my race.
Yeah.
My Yeti in Washington.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be thinking of her.
You remember Mark Dubrick? That was 26.
Mark's doing incredible things.
Then we did our first breast cancer awareness around episode 28. We had Nikki Bacon, Jackie Hellier, Nicole and Justine with the 5K for Jay.
And now Jay is a great friend of ours too.
Jay's amazing.
So great.
And then we met Angela Pohl, who's one of our patrons, and she got us some great guests for this most recent breast cancer awareness.
Angela, I can't wait to actually meet you in person come Flying Pig weekend. Looking forward to it.
Episode 34, we had Tara Pterodactyl.
Yes.
And then my brother on 35.
And
he told us about like, don't tell mom on the voicemail, but I'm in a Mexican hospital right now.
Oh, such good memories are coming back to me.
We did 35 episodes that first year, 37 if you count the 2 best ofs.
Yep.
And then we started off the year strong the next year with 38 with Amanda.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
absolutely.
Amanda, do you want to do something for Boston this year?
You broke Eric during that episode, I remember.
Katie Passini, Alex Larson. Alex was the first person to reach out to us and ask if she can come on our podcast.
Oh, I love it.
In the same day, I think Patrick Lieber did, or at least the same weekend. And then
Yep.
that was like, holy cow, people are asking to come on our podcast.
Which is so cool to us.
Right.
Keep reaching out.
And then right in the middle of that, we had Ruth Atkinson. Then we dabbled with Instagram Live, which turned into OTR Live. Nicole Bryant, Steven, Mr. 305, No More, Lindsay, Cupcakes.
Oh my God. Hey, Lindsay, I could go for some more.
Could we have some cupcakes to celebrate episode 100, Lindsay?
How about she bakes us cupcakes for when we are done in Boston? No, we'll work it out, Lindsay. We'll pay you good money.
Then around 47, Ron Kuzmar. That was the first time Nicole subbed in for you.
Yeah.
We're working on a couple subs for you when you go away, too, later this year. Katie Cargiulo. Remember, she ran into a deer on her bike and broke her back and then came back and won the Disney Marathon.
Such unreal stories. I hope these are reminding you guys so you can go back and re-listen to some of these awesome episodes.
And then I was saving this one for a big number, which I'm not going to do anymore because that's actually kind of stressful.
Oh God, you put the stress on yourself.
I was really stressed about the guest for 100, and I think I hit it out of the park. Next week, you guys will know who it is. I think I hit it out of the park. But with episode 50, I saved this guy for 50. You were asking me since like episode 15 to get Ryan Van Duzer, and I said we are not ready, but I know we'll be ready by 50. And he said he will come on whenever.
Yep.
And he came on for episode 50. And besides me fanboying a little too hard,
I felt like I did my fair share of fangirling, so don't feel bad.
Ryan Van Duzer, episode 50. And then right after that, Dave McGilvery. Like you went out and got that one. You grew a sack and you went to him in a parking lot and you said, "Hi, Dave. I'm Erica and I have a podcast and I really want you to come on the podcast."
That was like a meet cute. Just seeing him in the parking lot.
Then we had Rory Vinay. Then we had Rory Vinay, the Rollet. And that was so cool because I knew that guy like 15 years before. And he would come to my work and collect our deposit all the time. And then he's the Rollet on Instagram. And I'm like, dude, I know you.
So proud of everything he's accomplished. He's working on speed and getting faster every day.
And apparently making really cool reels. And you figured out how he does it. And I just have to buy Canva.
It's freaking hilarious. He's got a real good sense of humor on him. I just love it.
Episode 53, The Key to Life.
Oh, you and that friggin'
The Key to Life. That was one of the rare episodes we occasionally do it, but where we just chat. We just catch up. I think I was sick and we missed a couple interviews that week or like within 2 weeks.
I'm pretty sure that you were sick, but I wasn't. I also coming back from my parents' house last year.
Yes.
So.
Yep.
Travel.
That was in May.
Takes a lot out of
Jen
you.
Steele. And then, what a fun episode. This one opened a lot of doors. We had the Boston Marathon recap with Tara Pterodactyl and Lindsay.
Oh, yes. Oh, that was awesome just getting to catch up with them at the little
and here
fun thing that Tara had
afterwards. That was afterwards, but we actually, you're right. We did that, and then we had them on the pod. And that's where it opened the door for Erin Azar.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
That reel.
Yep. And then that reel got her. That's right. That reel got us on her radar. And then she committed that day to coming on the pod.
And that is one of my top episodes to date.
And it took some time. Like we scheduled her out and that we saved for 75, another big number, 75.
So worth the wait though.
56, Mary McManus, love Mary.
Yeah.
One of our greatest. Well, she's not our patron. Her husband, Tom, is. Mary's the best.
He's never going to let you live it down, Mary.
I just have to thank Tom. I can't wait to meet Tom in person. I was disappointed I didn't get to meet Tom at the run show.
Oh.
But we'll have to, we got to
meet Ruth Ann too.
We got to meet Ruth Ann. We got to figure out what we're going to do for Boston. We're hopefully going to get there Saturday. And we got to figure it out. I have to figure it out, not we. I have to figure out my schedule.
Open, except I'm probably going to have a long run the weekend.
Mine's not that open. I got to figure it out. But it would be cool to see her or someone or Tom at the expo. But Mary, 56 was amazing. What a story.
Mm-hmm.
What a story with Mary.
Overcame so much.
Then we had, sad news. This is where we could have talked about it. But 57 was Erica, the race director.
You know what? I'm kind of not sad because it ruined relationships. So maybe we can mend those in 2024. Please.
Well, I'm happy. I'm happy for you that you're happy now.
Thank you.
58. Ashley Paulson.
Oh, I freaking love Ashley. She was just a boatload of fun. I love following her with her journey. Like, so Badwater was awesome in itself, but she's still out there crushing hundreds.
Well, that was before Badwater. Well, it was in between Badwaters.
Yeah. But she's just blowing me away with all of her races that she's completing. Like, she just will be like, I feel like running this random 100-miler this weekend. She goes and does it. So
this is a huge compliment in my mind. She literally, in the middle of her podcast time with us, texted her husband and says, you have to take Max to school. Max is her son, or to dance
class. Yep.
Right. Because she was having so much fun. And she's like, hold on, I just got to charge my phone. Like, this is just a blast. I have no time limit. Like, my kids don't get home until for another 2 hours. Let's keep going.
Yep.
The same happened just with our guest next week for episode 100. That guest said, how long are we going to do this? And we said, we usually go a little over an hour. And this guest goes, okay, let's not quite do an hour, maybe 30, 45 minutes. That's cool. Totally cool.
Whatever she, I dropped it to she, but whatever she wanted.
We went an hour and 5 minutes, and she didn't complain. She was like, this was a lot of fun. And not only that, like when we hit stop recording, she stuck around for another 10 minutes. And let me paint a picture. Our guest who's coming on for episode 101 was our next recording, and that guest came into the Riverside room. And when that room opened and she was in there, she goes, hi guys, hi.
Her face just fell. Like,
oh my God. Are you really who I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But back to it. So 59 was Jenny Clark. Remember Jenny Clark?
I do remember Jenny Clark. I think you remember Jenny Clark.
I met Jenny Clark in the middle of the night in a dark parking lot, sitting in her van. And I was like, hey, how you doing? You want a sticker?
Total creep mode over here, but
you guys went and like did the you guys went and did the whole switch off with the runners that reached the beach, and you came back.
I'm pretty sure I was sitting in my van being like, I don't want to talk to anybody.
You were, because it was like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm tired. Don't talk to me.
And she loved it. And she came on the pod. She was amazing. She's so cool. She just barely missed BQing a couple months ago by 3 seconds. And then she got it a couple weeks later, but missed it on the buffer.
Yep.
She'll get it. She will get it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, then we had, like, guys, I'm at 61 now, and this is the type of episode where I can kill some time and do it. Like, it's the outro. If people are still listening, they're our hardcore fans. But we had Beth Knutes, KJ. Oh my God, KJ. We just met her in person. So
I got to see her for the second time, and she is just so sweet. KJ, you are awesome.
Maurice Lohman, episode 63.
Forever, I'm just going to call him Panda because that's his name. So, Panda, I am so incredibly proud of you. I hope he's listening, but just seeing all of his posters, seeing all of his posters around Boston, I just think that is so cool. You are raising money for an excellent, excellent cause. Pam's coming up. So the Heron Project.
Yep. It's in pencil, not pen yet, but for both of them, it's in pencil.
Oh, awesome.
Yep.
Please.
Patrick Karen.
I've run into Patrick so many times now since we've had him on, because I see him every year at Anchor Down now. And then he was even at Ghost Train, and we saw him at the Run Show. Like every time we get to see Patrick is a wonderful time.
Todd Pecor. That was a lot of fun. Mega Todd.
Mega
Todd came up with the term bike bitch. He actually put it in Urban Dictionary.
TM. Trademark that shit.
We told Erin Azar about it, and she's like, that's amazing. And I think she's used it once or twice on her own podcast.
Perfect.
Or, it's not that term she's used. She's used corn and cow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's used corn and cow. I said, your town you're from is called Corn and Cow. And she goes, that's right. I'm going to use it. Because she won't tell people where she lives.
Well, that's smart.
Right.
So, corn and cow.
So she calls it corn and cow. I've heard her say it at least once or twice.
I'm obsessed with that.
Then we had Ashley Paulson again for Oterra Live.
Yep.
She did that from camping in the middle of a camping trip in Utah or somewhere.
She's just so generous with her time. We can't say thank you enough.
This one was a huge blunder on my part, but Jeannie Rice.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it happens to the best of us, and that just goes to show you what kind of learning curve that we're working with. So it happens, man.
Yep. But she was amazing. Her audio sounded great. She was
It was us,
amazing.
apparently, that
She had
it's not
such a
good.
cool story, and we need to make a trip out to Menor, Ohio, and hang out at Angela's pool.
Yeah.
Have a couple other
Yes.
people on from that area. You know what, Patrick? I know you're listening. And I know we'll get a message from Patrick when he hears this. Pat, we could actually seriously make this happen probably late summer.
Easy for you to say. That's when my race season picks up. I'm going to meet most of the Ohio crew when I go out in May. So I don't know. I could maybe do like a short weekend.
Patrick, let's talk.
We'll work on it.
Yeah.
I would totally be up for it.
I mean,
as long as it's
if not this summer,
weekend, I can.
If not this summer, we can maybe plan it for May next year, because this year in May we're going to Boulder.
Yes.
More on that. On that another time.
Yep.
Jeannie was amazing though. Like, what a rock star. I'm
so impressed by everything that she's pulling off. Just still smashing records at how old is she? 75?
World records.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Age group records. It's crazy.
Then we get to episode 70, which in my mind at the time was a big number, and I want a big time guest, and I was working on her for at least 4 months, because a lot of you guys asked me to get her, and I love whenever you guys send me guest suggestions, and I go for it on most cases. Laura Green.
Oh, she was so much fun. Oh, I'm so glad she squeezed us in.
I mean, what a get. What a cool get.
Right. Just love her content. She's just so funny.
My takeaway from her wasn't so much our episode, besides her knowing Aaron Ferentz, and like that just blew.
Andrew Ferentz?
Right. I called him.
You said it 7,000 times during her episode, so I was bound to remember.
I actually edited out about 3,500 of those. So
okay.
There's only 3,500 Andrew Ferentz remarks.
Enough. Yep.
We saw her. We didn't get to meet her, but we saw her at the Boston Run Show, and we talked about the stage and people walking and talking on the stage, the speakers, and they were really quiet. They just sitting there, and oh yeah, when I did that race, I remember my IT band that day was really bugging me, and not with Laura Green. Laura Green was standing on that stage, walking back and forth.
She brought the energy.
She had a presence.
Yep.
She owned it. She had a story. She had a PowerPoint presentation. That was a great speaker.
Oh, absolutely.
That's my takeaway from her. She did a great job.
She knows how to engage a crowd.
She's also tall.
Well, yeah.
You're tall.
Yeah.
She's tall.
Yeah.
Kobe Jacobus.
He's another one of your friends.
He's a hockey referee friend. Let me tell you,
adrenaline junkie.
He had one of the playoff games after me, so I'm in the locker room for my state championship game. He's in there after. That guy, not an ounce of fat on that dude. Not an ounce of fat. The cool thing about that was that week I had one person. Her name is Tracy. Message me. Tracy's from Plymouth State.
Oh,
and she has a son who's newbornish, toddlerish age, going through the same problem that Kobe had.
Wow.
And she loved that episode because she doesn't have these answers, right? And I think she messaged him and said, like, my son's having this, and yeah. Trans Rockies with Karen Clark, John Calabrese. What a guy. We're having his wife come on soon.
That's right.
Episode 73.
Girlfriend? Are they engaged? Are they married? I think they're just...
I don't think they're... No, I think they're just dating.
Okay, you said wife.
Did I say wife?
You did say wife.
Yeah, I might have said wife. Maybe she should be your wife, John. Maybe.
I think she's great.
Maybe.
If that wasn't a hint enough.
If you like her, then you better put a ring on it.
Oh my God. So he went there.
73. Do you remember 73? How could you forget 73?
Because it was like 28 episodes. Tell me.
What's the funny runner?
Oh my God. Brittany, I'm sorry. I know you by your awesomeness, not by your episode number.
Brittany, we can't wait to hang out with you in a couple months.
I am pumped. If you don't make this happen, I'm going to have to go by myself. So figure it out.
74 was a lot of fun. Hannah Littlefield.
Hannah, you said it right. Good for you.
Hannah Littlefield. Yep. Hannah's so cool.
Yep.
The takeaway from that was Jay, the race director, emailed me after that episode and said he just thought we did a really good job.
I'm so glad.
He really liked what we put on. I don't think he's listened to others, but I think he listened to that one because it was Hannah.
Yeah.
And I got like the nicest email from him.
That's great.
He just said, you guys do a really good job. Keep it up.
Well, I can't wait to see the ADU crew in only a few short months. So
that was also when we started the outros.
Oh, really?
We did the outro 74
Long episode.
which was Reach the Beach, which going forward will just be a number because that was a full episode. But I called it the outro 74 because episode 75 was a big deal. It's a big number, and we got to get a big guest. Again,
you already dropped the name.
No longer doing this after next week. But we had Erin Azar for 75. I had Mrs. Space Cadet. Remember, I called her Evan.
You're like, I usually screw these up, but I'm going to do fine. And then you made it all the way. And then
she goes, I think you should screw it up. And then as I'm doing the intro, I'm like, our next guest on the pod is blah, 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 blah. It's our pleasure to welcome Evan Azar. And she goes, you were so close.
Honestly, that was probably the best way to break the ice. I think it was fantastic. And she laughed at it too. So,
and like I said, she goes on her own podcast. That was the most fun I've ever had on a podcast.
Good.
So maybe I can get her back as a co-host. Maybe. We'll see.
There's a couple of opportunities. There's at least like my Flying Pig weekend. There's my Yeti Washington in June. And then there's the Yeti 100 again in Virginia.
I might have already planted that seed.
Good.
Yeah, I've already maybe been talking.
Who's going to fill my shoes? I have size 10.
I have one already in place for the first trip you got.
Okay.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month again, 76, Jay Duncan. You know, it's so cool because we're like wicked cool, close friends now with her, I feel.
Oh, yeah.
Like Jay and I are sending each other Instagram messages like weekly.
Good.
Funny shit, serious shit, whatever. It's super cool. We go running with her.
I just have to say, it's been so cool to meet all these new runners. I mean, she's not a new to running, but me just meeting new people. It is so cool.
It's super cool. Then 77 was your Yeti 100, which was like top 3 last year.
I'm shocked. I'm really shocked you guys liked that one. So stay tuned because I'm doing it twice this year.
Then we jumped right back into breast cancer. We had Sherry Todd, which was so cool because that was such a cool get because Angela Pohl, I reached out and said, Angela, if you're listening, I'm doing this next year. I said, Angela, can you help me find, who do you think would be great? You know, what we are. We know what we're looking for. We need someone with energy. Who do you think? She got a Sherry Todd. What a get. Yep. What a fun, like just right away, right freaking away.
Angela understands the assignment.
Yes.
She has not let us down. And
then we got Chris Lewis,
who I personally love so dearly. I love Chris so much.
And let's go back to you not doing the TI 10 miler. I think before you even told me, you told Chris.
I had to. She kind of talked me down off of a ledge a little bit because I was just so. I lost sleep. I was just stressing so terribly over some of the aspects of this race, and she's like, it's okay. Yeah. She had to just tell me it was okay. Because I'm like, I feel like I'm letting you down and I'm letting everybody down. And I'm telling you, I was not in a good mental health space for that. So Chris was just so sweet about it. Yeah. She understands, and she's just such a wonderful person. Yeah. So,
guys, we're getting there. We're at episode 80 now. Like, if you're still listening, you're one of our hardcore listeners. But this is the chance to thank everyone. We won't do something like this again until episode 199, where we thank everyone from 100 to 200.
There we go.
Episode 80 was Magic Mile Mike.
Yes.
Man, I owe him a T-shirt actually, and
get on that.
He's been kind of MIA on Instagram since New York.
That's right. Like, that was so fun to follow along with.
It was. And I thought he was taking a break maybe for the holidays. He's taking a break. I've seen some other posts that he's been tagged in, and I think he's on some film sets and stuff. So maybe he's just busy with work.
Doing big things.
He did ask me around New Year's or something if I can email him some of our videos from this,
absolutely.
Right? What I do in Riverside. And I did. He wanted to use them. He hasn't yet, but maybe he'll get back into it this spring. Mike, I hope you're well. I'm going to mail you something, Mike. Hope you're listening. Love you, buddy. You're amazing. Hope all is well. This one surprised me. It really surprised me.
Which one?
Larson Ojala.
Oh my God, Larson. Yeah.
It surprised me, and I'll tell you why. Dave Bellevue, the photographer guy, such a cool dude, just said, "Hey, check this guy out on Strava. He's a badass runner." He surprised me on so many levels because did I do my research? I did my research like 2 hours before. Okay. I booked this guy months after Dave told me like to try to get him.
Yeah.
And as I'm doing my research, I'm like, oh my God, this guy's story. And then the way he told it was just, what surprised me was the reaction we got from everybody who listened, just like, oh my God. And I wasn't sure how it was going to come across, because he had a way, I always say, guys, bring energy. Not everybody has the same energy as I do.
Mhm.
Right.
Well, you're just loud. So,
and he was very, I'm going to say, like, monotone. And so I'm like, I wonder how this will come across, because it was just different than other guests. And that episode took off. Clips that I posted on YouTube from it were like our most watched clips. That became top 5 of the year. The reaction people sent me was just like, holy cow, this dude is such a badass. Like, his story of drug addiction, it was drugs or drinking? It was both.
Yeah.
And then just running up and down mountains all the time. I mean, his story was so amazing. And I was surprised on many levels. And also, like, he just wanted to know about us. And he told me after, like, I feel like we talked about me the whole time, he said, and I want to get to know you guys. I'm like, it's your episode though. We wanted to get your story out, and wow.
That's still really nice.
And so I do hope I get to meet him and hang out, and we can tell more about us.
Well, he's still out there. Like, I follow him on Strava now, and he dishes out the kudos, and he is still, I think the other day I saw he did like a 40 miler in the mountains, which is just, it's mind blowing. So I am so envious of him. I think he's doing a great job.
We had Justine Hayward.
Another favorite,
82,
of course, yep.
Right? And then after that was our hamster wheel with Rachel Runs for Medals. We decided every 18 months Rachel will come back on the pod. So
why not? She's doing awesome things too.
We'll talk to her about a year from now. Wes Falk. So Wes was cool because John Calabrese helped us get Wes. John sent me a few other guest options that we'll talk to later this year. Wes, that was neat because he was in Japan.
Yep. Okinawa, right?
Okinawa.
Yeah.
Right. And a future guest we're going to talk to is in New Zealand. It's kind of cool that we're talking to people
some different
on the other side of the world,
countries, continents.
Awesome. And then we ended the year with the legend himself, Neil Murphy.
One of my favorites.
Let me tell you this. So when I'm cleaning the house, sometimes I'll ask the Alexa to play the podcast, and just I want to. It's like a sound check for me. All right. So it was playing a podcast, and it must have ended, and then it started another one, and it was Neil's.
You need to listen to that with discretion, because you have kids in the house. But
I actually took a video clip of it coming out of the Alexa and sent it to you, and I go, make sure you put this in the code brown.
Oh, that was the first one I wrote down. So Neil's has been captured. What is it? Clench your ass cheeks when you vomit. Yep.
Thou shall clench their ass cheeks when they vomit.
Something like that. I think it was like literal clench your asshole, but either way.
I think at the end of the year, we're going to print all these code brown commandments. So I'll start with thou shall. And I think we should get someone to read them.
Oh, we can get everybody to read their own.
No. That's a lot of work. I want to get one person with like a voice, like a good voice, and read them on a scroll and be like, thou shall not trust a fart.
You know what?
And maybe they can throw the name after, like Terra.
You give me I'll make the list, and I will put like who it's from, what episode it was from. I will set it up real nice. And
you have the list. I don't have the list.
I have the list, but okay. I'm saying I'll type it up real nice. We can put it on a poster or something.
We'll do it on Canva. Oh, it could be one of your posters here.
Sure. Yeah. But we just need to find somebody who. Oh
my God, we're at an hour 14 minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wrap it up. I'm hungry.
I have to edit this tonight. Mr. 305 got us a pretty cool guest at the end of the year, Justin Spencer.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That was that was another episode of one where we only thought we had a half an hour, but we wound up getting like a solid hour.
He gave us a whole hour.
Oh,
I mean, and Kayla was like, guys, 30 minutes. And we're like, well, we were pushing to 40, and I thought we were going to be done. But when we hit 40.
Well, that's why we jumped right in, too. We didn't do our usual small talk and whatever. I was just like, so tell us about it.
But we actually got everything done within 40 minutes. And I thought, okay,
the rest was
we're
just
good.
Awesome stories.
But, the rest was him talking to us and asking you about, okay, so you did a 100-miler. Tell me this and tell me that. And, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run every 30 days. And I still have to run with you, Justin. We chatted a few times, and we tried to run. He goes, next week. And then next week I was gone. And we fell off there.
Yep.
All right. So now we're into this year.
Yep.
87.
It's Bex, isn't it?
Happy birthday, Bex.
Happy birthday, Bex.
What an episode with Bex Gentry. Man, like that was you know what's funny? I've only done this twice. I did this for Bex and I did this the other week when we recorded for next week's episode. I brushed my teeth before we recorded. Why? I don't know, but I felt like I had to brush my teeth.
That is okay.
I was nervous.
That was probably my most nerve-wracking episode, but I'm telling you, meet your heroes.
Meet your heroes, guys.
And if they're not nice to you, get new heroes.
Speaking of a guy who should be a hero, Jared Ewing.
Oh,
Jared Ewing is a freaking hero, man. A legend. Well, actually, the guys who helped save his life are the heroes too. But
yeah.
Oh, guys,
make sure you
crushing it. He runs fast too.
Oh yeah, he's in like the 3:30s now somewhere. Yep. But after that incredible, like his recovery, I just can't believe it.
Can't forget about the playlist revamped. Oh, that was a lot of fun.
So happy I finally did that. I'm keeping up with it. Oh, I did make it a living playlist. I replaced a couple of my songs, so you got to listen to find out what changed.
You changed some of your songs you picked from revamped?
Yeah. I still only have
I don't
12
think that's
or 13.
Allowed.
Hey, it's my playlist. I do what I want. So
we're going to have to talk about that.
There's some slight updates in there.
I'm cool with like doing an extra 5 songs each every year and doing another playlist revamped.
Oh,
like, or just adding a couple. But
I figure we'll make it a living playlist for us at least. I mean, if you want yours to stay, I mean, you're more than welcome.
If I can change on the fly, I'll take out one song, but I don't know what I'll throw in yet. But I'm going to take out Pump Up the Jam.
Well, think about it and tell me because I'm not going to remember. But yeah, I totally did add a couple of different ones.
Well, right around after that, we had Mike Seaman, and that was cool because like that was the Boston Run Show finding us or reaching out to us.
Mike is such a cool dude. Like I would love to dig deeper into his running journey.
Right. And it was cool because I think like, again, compliments is like the reaction we got from his staff and his team at Raccoon Media. Maybe they're just saying that to everyone, but they're like, no, we want to work together with you in the future at next year's show.
Which we think will be really cool.
We want to do more with you. And Mike came back and he said that was a ton of fun. And he even said he would co-host.
Yeah.
He would co-host. Yep. They have their own podcast now too out there called The Run Pod. I think it's called The Run Pod.
Awesome.
Episode 90 was our Peloton Studios episode. That was a cool thing. And the cool thing about podcasting is we can take this anywhere.
Right.
We can take
just
it anywhere.
Just got to make sure we can plug it in somewhere.
Right. And that's what that.
Yep. He's got his external like charging port thing.
It's a big one. Abby Bandai. Oh, God. What a cool chick. Wow.
Crushing hundreds too.
I saw her the other day. She was so disappointed she didn't get to go in the ocean because they closed the ocean because of bacteria.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
She's like, I'll get it tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, but what else was cool was that like
Ashley.
She knew Ashley.
Yeah.
And we called her in. And then she had that. We still have to talk to her because she had that 100-miler that first.
Oh, yeah. We got to get her how it went. But all I know is that it was rainy, and muddy, and rainy, and then muddy again.
And then this was another good one. We never talked about running with Pam Ricard. And we're going to have Pam back.
We definitely need to get Pam again because, yeah, we talked a little bit about running, but
we realized her running was so amazing and the stories and the journey. It's like, listen, we're at 2 hours. Let's bring you back.
Yeah.
And so I got to email her about Boston Weeks coming up in a couple of weeks. Hopefully we can meet her, but we will have her at the end of the year.
Excellent.
That was the plan.
Yep.
Then we got into Candace Burrows. We met her Anchor Down, and she's so supportive and just like pumping the tires of the pod everywhere she goes. She wore the t-shirt in Tokyo.
So amazing.
She's going out and meeting our previous guests when she's in the same city as them, her and Jared Ewing in Tokyo. How cool is that?
I love it. I love it so much.
Ryan Painter, who is to be the first annual NASCAR guest of the year. We'll do that every year before the Daytona 500. We're going to work on getting a driver, maybe another Daytona 500 champion.
That's all you, dude.
That was fun to tease. We have a Daytona 500 champion.
I wouldn't have guessed who it was.
This person actually DM'd me today, Letty Lundquist.
Oh, excellent.
Yes, Letty. That was cool. So now we started to chat with more running podcasts. We had Letty on.
Yep.
We just had Will Run For.
Yep.
There's these guys out in Tennessee, Trail Trash Podcast.
Yep.
We're going to collab with them later.
Very cool.
I have a lot of fun talking to Garrett about podcasting.
Excellent.
Lost episode finally came out after episode 95.
I thought that was so much
finally
fun.
Dropped the Lost episode.
Only
that was episode
3
4.
hours or 3 years late. Yeah, that was my London Marathon recap for the most part.
Dan Leschek, the bearded runner.
Yep.
Shayna Marie, hype girl, our new hype girl. And then we had Josh Rayom. Yeah, we've had 2 straight asthma runners because we had Cheyenne and Josh.
Shayna, yeah.
Josh has that voice. He has that Canadian voice.
There you go. He can read our Code Brown commandments. Sold.
That would be pretty good.
Yeah.
I was also thinking like maybe medieval type person.
Who do you know has a medieval type accent?
I don't know. I think we just go to like a medieval fair and have a medieval It would be cool if we could pick out our top 10 favorite Code Brown commandments and get like a guy dressed up at a medieval fair to read them on a scroll.
Oh my God. I just can't.
Come on.
I think it would be really funny. I don't know, maybe.
And then episode 99, the great one.
We'll run for
a podcast.
I hope you guys are all caught up with these episodes, and if not, you go back and listen and check them out because everybody's got such amazing stories. We just want to share them with you guys.
That was really cool with We'll Run For because like we heard their podcasting journey. We really did. And like the way they all met, like I don't think we actually talked about how Tom and Diana met, but we learned that Aaron met Mike in the woods.
Yep. That seems to be a common occurrence because that's how Amanda met her husband on a date in the woods for a hike. So
first date, their first pee together.
Yep.
We learned about like how a bunch of other podcasts kind of brought them together, Team Shenanigans, I think it was, and their journey. And that was so cool. I think that's a really cool podcast friendship.
Yeah.
We're going to have going on in the future.
We're going to try to make it down to Loopy Looper, maybe.
Love those guys. Well, we'll try, but that's middle of summer. But I think we'll get to meet them in a couple of months anyways, as they'll be coming up here. And
at the very least,
Mike and Aaron,
will.
She has a spare bed right here, right here.
I don't know if I'll be going up to Mount Washington and getting stuck in the traffic. Like, remember Beth was telling us about that last year?
I think I'm going to be camping up there.
Well, that is the smart way to do it. Yeah. So you beat the traffic.
Yep. Anyone doing the Mount Washington road race, hit me up. Maybe we can all like camp together.
When you guys come back down south, we can go eat food in Concord or something. I'll drive up to Concord.
No, bullshit. You got to come up.
Why? I'm not running.
I've gone to how many anchor downs?
Yeah, but that's not really a crew thing. You don't need me.
I want you to be there. We're going to record after. You got to interview us.
We'll see.
Guys, what do you think? Should she come? How many times have I gone and just said, good job, good job?
How about he picks a different race?
How about you pick a different race? I love Anchor Down. I'm just saying, like.
At least you get to camp. I don't get to camp.
You can camp with me.
Yeah, but then, I don't know. We'll work it out.
That's one other thing. And we've wrapped it up. We're wrapping it up. But Lisa, who's partners with Chris, she told us one day that when we were hanging out, she goes, I love that you guys do what we just did.
He razz on me. I razz on him.
She's like, I love that. You guys give each other shit. Or
it's all natural, let me tell you.
Yeah. So that's it, guys. 100 episodes. What a cool thing. What a cool thing we've done. High five.
Are we actually going to tell them who episode 100 is?
No.
Or are we going to make them wait?
I'm keeping my secret.
It's only a couple extra days.
It's only a couple days. Yes. It's only a couple days. I know I post the teaser on Monday, and I know Monday's April 1st, and you'll all think April Fool's. It's not an April Fool's joke. So, but no longer am I going to be like trying to get a big guess for a big number. Maybe 500. But then again, I want to celebrate 500. But
we're going to just have a big party.
We'll celebrate 500 on $4.99. Oh, yeah. We could have a big party.
Have like a block party and just everybody hang out. We'll pop a mic.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Boston Weeks, guys. It's going to be a blast. We got 2 episodes each week. 4 amazing. You already gave it away. We have 4 amazing women. All women this year. Maybe we'll get some dudes in there next year. But I think there's a reason for that. And I think it's a good reason. I didn't plan it that way, but you brought it up after. And
well, we were talking to our guest for
episode
100 yeah. and brought it up. And it's pretty significant, though. Mm-hmm. Come a long way.
So I'm super excited. We've done this. Mm-hmm. I think we're at the point where we're just rolling with it. It's like it's no
Yeah.
longer a question like, God, how much longer? We're just, this is it. It's been our thing. It's our hobby. It's our passion project.
We're just going strong. Except we should.
Was that a cat?
No.
TV? Oh, you hear it again?
Somebody's yelling outside my window.
Oh, we can hear it.
That scared me. I was like, what am I listening to?
Yeah, who jumped in the feed? Who jumped in?
Random.
No, but seriously, thank you. Thank you, every one of you. If you're still listening right now, you are one of those people. You're one of those hardcore listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for jumping on the train. Thank you for everything. We're not stopping. We're going to keep going. For the next 100 episodes, it's going to be a blast. And the one person I really need to thank is this person, because she takes the time to, like she told her boyfriend, we're doing this for 45 minutes today. Right now, we're an hour and 28 minutes. Oh my God, how am I going to get this edited tonight?
Hopefully you don't have to do a whole lot of editing. Yeah.
Guys,
that's what we do.
I
do it for you. We do it for each other. We do it for you listeners out there, because this is, like he said many times over, this is a passion project of ours. More so for you, because you're putting in all the hard work, but we can't do it if you guys weren't here listening.
And there's going to be a lot of exciting things to come. There's going to be another podcast soon that doesn't have our own voices, but it's going to have a familiar voice, and you guys are going to love it. It's different than ours, which is awesome, but it's I'm helping them put it on, and it might be like a brought to you by OTR or something.
Cool.
That will be a lot of fun, and the future is bright. It's going to get bigger.
You're going to need some sunglasses.
Yeah, so I still got that tan from the ski goggles, but thank you guys. Thank you. Erica, you got to go get a package at your door because we figured out what that noise was.
So random.
So thank you, though, Erica, for doing this.
My pleasure, dude.
You've supported a thing I've wanted to do for years and years and years before we actually did it, and you just trusted me with the process. I remember leaving your deck after we recorded the first time with the microphones and said, just stick with me.
And look at where we are now.
Yep. So thank you.
Couldn't have done it without your vision.
And couldn't have done it with everyone who listens. So thank you too. So you guys rock. You're rock stars. Next week's going to be a good one. The Boston weeks are going to be great. You guys are going to love it. So get ready. Buckle up.
And on that note, everybody, thank you for listening to the super extra long episode. You know we love you. And don't forget to stretch.